Welcome back to Oathbound Gaming. My name's Greg, aka Nekrage, aka Dad Rage. Alright, enough joking. Rogue Spirit. We'll be taking a look at Rogue Spirit today. I played a bit of it. Pretty fun game. I want you guys to take a look at it. And at the end of the video, we're going to do pros, cons, and final thoughts on the game, so stick around for that. And as always, I'm always interested in your opinion on the games we cover. Let me know what you think about Rogue Spirit, whether or not you'd pick this game up. What you think about it, you know? Any feedback for the devs based off watching this video? Did you play it yourself? Interested. This is a demo. They recommend playing Rogue Spirit with a controller. I disagree. I actually think mouse and keyboard works really well. In fact, I prefer it. But that's, you know, me. I prefer PC games a lot. I prefer mouse and keyboard almost all the time. So there's a lot of graphic settings. That's really cool. This is a little bit of an FOV change. You can disable camera shake. Let's do that. You want to set this to far if you'd like a little bit further FOV. Let me adjust the sound just a little bit. Controls. Other doesn't. There we go. Show FPS. Show version info. I guess we can disable that. Get that off the screen when we're in game. So let's get started here. This is a roguelite third-person game, which a lot of times we see roguelites from indie devs. They're like isometric. You know, I guess they're a little bit easier to make. Well, they are easier to make, but this one's third person. It's nice to see some other perspectives getting a little bit of love in the roguelite field. So this game is all about possessing enemies, possessing their bodies, and kind of taking them over, using their abilities for yourself. Like, this is a dual-wield melee guy with a chain hook that can pull enemies in. You can also go to spirit form and use this to roam around, and you can use this ability to reveal enemies and secrets. I have yet to find a secret, so I'm going to keep looking. As with all roguelites, we get upgrades when we fail, and, you know, we get to come back and use our resources to upgrade our character. So here, you'll see some stuff. You get this green, I don't even know what it's called, like jade or something, I guess. I made that up. But here we can upgrade our character. Reroll essences available into essence stones. I guess these are essence stones. We can spend them to get upgrades like this, and it'll upgrade. My first feedback for the devs real quick is I'd like to see this change where you don't see how I spent an extra 1 by accident. As soon as you get an upgrade, it'll just roll into the next one, even though you don't want to. There should be like a shine, like, oh, you upgraded it, and it would pause. You can't continue to put stuff in during that animation. It would pause for like 2-3 seconds, so you can't continue to put in more stuff. The upgrade I just got allows me to carry gold over when I fail, and then you can use this to get upgrades right off the bat, increase health, damage, stuff like that. So you're stronger on further playthroughs. In addition to that, you'll see this little spirit thing flying around next to me. That is a familiar. You can get upgrades for them as well. So I can spend points in here to get them upgraded, and you can bring pets, and you can unlock additional ones. Obviously, if I take my time to input the points, I won't put in more. But, you know, I'm impatient. In addition to that, there's also skills you can unlock. That's on my Q and E. You'll see one's an immobilize, one's a landmine. You can also upgrade them by using the skills. And there's another one I have here that I found the recipe for in a run, but I can unlock it by killing 25 demons. Now that ability will unlock, and then I can use it on additional playthroughs. So here's the landmine skill and the immobilize. It'll immobilize enemies. So let's get started. Let's go on a run. Let me show you the games, show you what it's all about. And again, like I said at the end, pros, cons, final thoughts, we'll do that. As we're running around, we can break debris, get some gold, and we can use that for upgrades later on. Let's pull this guy. Man, he's done. One thing I can do is place a landmine, hit him. Ooh, there's a demon behind me. Already got hit, not good. Ooh. I do not like that this guy's attacks does not interrupt enemies. One of the things you'll see me kind of complain about in this game is melee just feels awful. It feels slow. When you're attacking, like going into your dodge from an attack just feels bad. Just got an upgrade that allows my charged hits like that to give me some health back, which is really good, because as with like pretty much every roguelite, health is important. Health is king. So being able to leech back some life is very important. don't want to step on that. Ooh, one shot. There's a ranged unit that I really want to get. There she is, right there. That just... I just think it's just all around superior to any melee in the game. Bam. Oh, I think she hit me. So I'm going to go ahead and change to her. And when you change bodies, you'll heal using that blue bar, that blue essence bar. You'll heal with that when you change bodies. So that means if you stay in a body too long and you take damage, you're not getting any heal. So you're kind of forced to change, so you can spend some of that blue resource if you have it. Oh, invisible wall like that. That's not cool. So you're kind of forced to change, but I do have that life leech thing now, so when I do a full charge attack like that, I'll heal. You'll see like the little green number 1 up here. So life leech is awesome, I love it. And ranged is amazing. So you'll see when I throw my, what is that, kunai out, I'll get these blue bars. If I right click, I'll pull them in. So I can throw up to 3 of them out, and then I can't, well, 3 of them when they hit targets like that. I can't throw any more. I have to right-click to pull them in. So, boom, I can pull them out of enemies like that, do additional damage. Pretty cool. One thing you'll notice is you'll see stats when you run over the bodies. You'll see this one will have an increased max health, and the secondary attack, which is the bottom one, will do 10% additional damage. It'll do a little bit more damage. That middle one is the left click, the basic left click, which is the best damage source, but if I hit R now, it should possess that, and you'll see my max health at 43 should go up now. 44. So this unit has higher max health. So you could find the same unit types, the ranged female character I'm playing, will have stronger versions. You can also find elite enemies and like elemental enchanted enemies, and when you kill them, you can take that. You can take that that form and have a stronger unit for yourself. So pretty interesting, right? It's unique. I like it. You're kind of constantly changing like what class you're playing in a way, if you want to. But like I said, melee feels bad. It feels awful, and the thing that feels awful about it is it's like very limiting. Like you'll do a swing, and by the time you can dodge, it's just you're getting hit. You know, it's not a good feeling. I wish the game was faster paced, so you can have a little more freedom of movement, and it could be faster paced like enemies as well as you know. It doesn't necessarily have to make the game easier, it just feels better to play. And right now I just think range is just king. Just stay away from the enemies and kill them, because when you put yourself in melee range, it's just you're at like so much risk. And because like you'll do a swing and you do have parry. You can hit shift to parry, but it's a parry. You have to time it, and so there's a parry right there. I just did one. Get her. There we go. Okay. That thing right there. I'm gonna fail because I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it to show you guys. Probably gonna fail. So this here is another thing I got some suggestions on, some feedback on that system. So that's a challenge thing. It's like a hard mode type of thing, or hard event, right? And if you accomplish it, if you succeed at it, you get rewards, you get upgrades for it. The problem is it constantly drains your health at an incredibly fast rate, to the point where like you can't possibly kill the enemies fast enough to succeed. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to grab this shrine here, and it's going to give me a fire enchant, and then I'm going to switch to my spirit form, run over here real quick. See that fire buff I have down at the center? I'm going to use that here. Watch my health during this. So when I succeed at this, it's going to increase my range damage and max health. Watch my health. So it's going down like crazy. I need to kill this guy fast enough, swap to his body. So I gotta constantly swap bodies here so I can keep my health up. I actually got a good flow going right now. I might succeed at this. Switch bodies again because my health's getting low. Kill her, switch back. Oh, I gotta get over here. Ooh, I succeeded. First time I actually succeeded at that. So there's a new blueprint for a new skill. A lot of gold. Range mastery. And that should be increased health. I actually succeeded, I don't believe it. The rate at which that drains health is a little excessive in my opinion. Because when you're playing like a lower maxed health character like the ranged female, you're like screwed. It's got to be super fast. I think without that buff shrine, that fire element, I wouldn't have succeeded. So I honestly think the rate at which it drains your health should be reduced. It's not a bad like event, I guess. I just think they need to adjust that. And again, this is a demo early on in development. A lot of this stuff can change. 9% charged life leech now rather than 6%. I will take that and I'll switch back to the ranged. Ow! There's a demon. Like I said, range is just so much, I don't know, better, easier. It's like superior. And I'm actually a melee player in games. I prefer melee, I prefer tanky characters and stuff. But in this game, it just seems you're just so much better off being ranged. That's an elite character. I'm going to try to use an immobilize. I'll put a landmine down here. So that's an elite right there, that purple symbol. Landmine, go! Alright. So the elite body, like I said, see that little purple icon? You can get that and be a heck of a lot stronger when you take that body over because it's an elite. You get the benefit of the elite as well. Love that. Very cool. I'd love to find an elite range so I can be a heck of a lot stronger. Maybe we'll come across one. When you go to spear form, if you get lost, that pathway is where you gotta go. So it does show you where you gotta go if you're lost. Love that. And of course, that will help you choose the side paths if you're trying to go for like the full exploration, get all the upgrades. Just go the opposite direction. Don't follow the arrow. Love that. There's nothing like as awful as like you're going through a game, the pacing is good, you know, there's a lot of killing, a lot of fighting, and then you go down a side area and hit a dead end, and you got to travel all the way back, and it's just like a minute of nothing. That like kills the pacing of the game. And I find that this game doesn't have very deep side areas. You don't have to go too far in them. Plus, you get the movement speed bonus of the spirit form, the ghost form, so it feels good. It doesn't feel horrible to go down a side path and come all the way back. Like, the side paths are just not that long, which is good. Prefer it that way. This is a random shop. Cool. We have increased range damage. Let's do that. A 30% chance to fire an arrow when you dodge. I like that. Let's grab that too. And we'll go into spirit form. We can travel pretty quickly. Immobilize. Boom. All three of them immobilized. Place down the landmine. And they walked around it. No. That's alright. I got these guys. Landmine, go. Boom. Get frosted, kid. This guy sucks at PvP. Stupid joke I always do. Wow, this dude sucks at PvP. He's not even a player. 12% life leech. Yes! Life leech, good. Ow. Mobilize and do a full charge attack. Boom! Life leech for 3 health. Yes. I would love to get an elite range before we get to the end of this. Trying to see if I can find secrets. You're supposed to be able to reveal secrets with this form, but I've never seen one. You see, that's an elite. How easy was that, just being ranged? It's just too good. It's too good. And I don't think the solution is to nerf range. I think it's to, like, fix melee, where you get a little more freedom of movement between your slashes. Refill spirit. That's the blue bar. Again, I used to heal. Ooh, one-shot her. I used to heal with that blue bar, but only when you switch to a new body. It will use that to heal. Ooh. See her there. It's too late. Boom. Any good upgrades? No. Mobilize, go! You know what one of the things is? The acceleration of the movement. So take a look at this. If you guys look closely at the movement speed of this character, you'll see she actually picks up speed as she's moving. You see that? It's not very noticeable, but it takes a second for her to actually reach max speed. I actually don't think that's good. I think that actually hurts melee a lot. So you like dodge, and then you gotta worry about getting back to max speed again. See that? Look at the movement speed, left, right, and then after a dodge, it feels like there's a pause for you to get back. Ooh, more health. Get back to max movement speed. That's not good for melee. I think that's very impeding on them. More than range, obviously. Man. So maybe just axing the acceleration would make melee feel a lot better. It's a step in the right direction. I don't think that's the whole resolution, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. You know, I'm wondering if some units don't have an acceleration. Like, they just move at max. Probably getting towards the end of this run. Actually, yeah, I see the ending right there, just as I was saying that. Was that an elite? Yes, it's an elite ranged unit! Right before the boss! That's exactly what I want! So real quick before we take... Ooh, another health boost too. I think I'm in a good position. Before we take that body, which it only lasts for 30 seconds, so we're gonna go quickly. Let's check the acceleration. Even on the faster units, the acceleration's still a thing. Oh, what a beautiful upgrade. Before we go to the boss, let's check out this side path real quick. This was a good upgrade. Right before the final boss. Good stuff. More damage, more health. Yes. Ooh. One shot. The game's fun to play. It is definitely fun. Get out of here, Elite. Done. And one of the things about stealth is I'm sorry. One of the things about the spirit form is you can stealth by enemies. They have like that, you guys probably saw it, the conical, like, vision, the view. And it shows like a conical shape to show their view. So you can go around it if you'd like. Sneak around them, or use that to get like a jump. Especially if you're melee, you know, you come up behind them and close the gap on a range, and then right away you just start the fight right on top of them. It can help. The end of the level. I did not kill this guy. I actually failed on him once. Pure honesty. This elite should help me, and plus I got a lot more health than I had. So here we go. Ugh. Ooh. Got him! Ooh, that was close. That is challenging. Woo! That was close. That was close. Demo completed. Thanks for playing. Alright, I did it. I did it. I did the thing. Alright, so it's going to bring us back to the Forgotten Monastery. And of course, we get to pick a new body, and you'll probably be like, good job, bro. We get to take stuff back with us. Looks like I took all of that gold back with me, I think. Yeah. So I can use that for the next run to get upgrades right off the bat. And I have these, I think it was essences, I think. Essence stones. You could use that to unlock a chance that the starting body will be elite. More gold I can take with me. I can upgrade that. I can upgrade the familiar like we saw. So there's a lot of upgrades to get, a lot of progression in this game. I really like that. That was really cool. And then take a look at the new abilities I found during that playthrough. Detonates all enemy bodies in a 15-meter radius, dealing 10 fire damage. That's cool, but you probably can't possess those bodies after blowing them up. Think about that. Complete 3 challenges. I wonder what that is. Is that like the hard mode thing? Is that a challenge? I think it might be. Reanimate selected enemy to fight for the player. Reanimated enemy will explode when damaged. Maximum number of reanimated enemies is 2. Very cool. Like that. I like that a lot. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that that first look. We're going to go ahead and jump to, real quick before we do that, ignore my Steam friends, sorry. We're going to jump to the Steam page for Rogue Spirit just for a second, and I just wanted to show the, some of the features for the game. So, I was impressed by it. 20 characters, so that means 20 enemies that you can possess. Hopefully there's more that expand upon that, maybe. Weapons and playstyles, 10 procedurally generated levels set in 5 different biomes, dozens of essences and skills to make each run different, unlock permanent upgrades between runs, secrets and bosses are waiting for you, and 3D graphics inspired by traditional Asian designs. I really like the design. I like the Asian style. Looks really nice. Anyway, I just wanted to share that, their little feature list, because that sounds pretty good to me. Release date's not too far away either. 25th of August. That's probably why they have all these numbers down. That's what's going to be in the game. Hopefully, if the game does well, they expand upon that and give us some more. But let's go. Let's move to the pros, cons, and final thoughts portion of the video. All right, the pros, cons, and final thoughts for Rogue Spirit. A unique possession system. I can't think of another game that has something like this, like a possession system, at least not in the roguelike genre, where you're constantly like changing classes if you want to, and throwing in a variety during combat. During the your run, change it up a bit, you know. I like it. If you can think of a game that has a system like it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Tons of progression. There's a lot of stuff to unlock in your playthroughs. There's the passives that you get to start with if you have the gold unlocked, that you can take some gold with you. There's familiars. You can get those. They're like the little floating pets. You can get them, unlock them, and then upgrade them and make them even stronger. There's skills you can discover, unlock, and then upgrade them further as well. And then of course there's those like essence stones, those like green jade looking things. You can spend them for various upgrades as well. Lots of progression, a lot of stuff to unlock, a large variety of skills, familiars, and characters. And this kind of falls under the last one a little bit, but together they allow for a lot of unique builds. For instance, my range character had an immobilize and a landmine, so you could put a landmine down, pull some enemies, have them hit the landmine, it'll slow them, immobilize them, and then the familiar I had puts a fire patch on the floor. So if you immobilize them in the fire patch, that's an amazing combo. You know, you have a lot of extra damage going out there, and there's a lot of thought that can go behind what you want to bring with you to have your favorite character combo well with your items and your abilities and familiars. Third-person roguelike. Mentioned before, like there's a lot of isometric roguelikes out there. A lot of indie devs do the isometric approach because it's, in my opinion, easier on the development approach than something else, and third person or first person. So it's nice to see some third person games being thrown in there. So this is definitely a nice addition to the roguelike genre. And it's graphically pleasing, and I love the Asian design. I've always liked the Asian architecture. You know, the I don't know what you call them, but like the sloped roof of the buildings with the I don't know what you want to call them, like the clay, I guess it was the I don't know what you call those things on the roof. What do you call them, like shingles, I guess, right? Love them. I like the design. I like the Asian type of design they went with. I think it looks great. Cons, slow, limiting movement. You heard me talk about it. The movement acceleration should be addressed at least for some units, if not all units. I could see maybe they leave the acceleration thing on for range units, but melee units have that more freedom of movement. It would feel a lot better, and I think I'd be more prone to play melee if they address that. But right now, it just seems range is king. And again, this kind of falls under this last one. Speaking specifically about melee, it just feels awful being melee. It feels awful. I know these two are almost the same, but I wanted the second point to really focus on melee. It feels bad. And like I said, range just seems so good, and I would love to see not only the movement speed, but some of the other melee balance, like parry. Like, you obviously get to parry more when you're melee. Parrying feels bad too. Like, it's very strict, the window where you can get a parry. So, I don't know. Any sort of adjustment to kind of push the favor a little bit towards melee side would be great to help balance that out and get people playing melee a little bit more. Soundtrack is pretty basic. Not really a big con. That's why I kind of saved it to the end of the con list. It's just kind of basic. There's nothing really impressive about it. It's not that it's bad, but there's nothing that really gets the blood pumping. There's no real combat music that, you know, gets you into the combat. I'd love to see something else added in there, a few other tracks that feel a little more badass, you know. The challenge is, that was that thing you saw me take on, and where it surrounded me like an orange and red like wall, and I had to constantly swap bodies as my health was being drained. The health drain mechanic it's extremely fast. I almost think it needs to be halved. It's really, really fast. And I saw some other people on the forums complaining about the same thing. And I'm not trying to make the game easier. I love challenging games. I love it. But that's a little much. The challenge mode is just definitely a little on the high end. It's like you're already missing like a third of your health before enemies even spawn, before they're ready to be attacked. A little much. So final thoughts. Rogue Spirit is a welcome addition to the roguelike genre, delivering a challenging third-person combat experience that seems to be pretty solid. With some adjustments to the flow of combat and movement, Rogue Spirit can find itself on par with some of the best of the genre. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first look and review at Rogue Spirit. If you like this content, please let me know. Throw us a like and sub, and hopefully I can get something going, like an interview with the devs or something. That would be great. So I hope you guys enjoyed this content, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Skidoo!